Welcome back everybody, Holiday Doc here, and I'm excited to bring you some gameplay from myself, competitive gameplay. I know you guys have been wanting it and eagerly waiting for it, and here it is. You know, we got some MLG variant CTF on Radiation, and it's a lot of fun. One thing I'm going to throw out here, this is a big tip for those guys that are looking to get started in the competitive field. This is all about getting your feet wet. So a lot of people have been messaging me, you know, I don't got a full team, but I want to get involved in the competitive scene, you know, give it a try, give it a shot. What do I do? Well, if you're like me, you know, you're on odd hours at a time, you know, you're sporadic. What I like to do to get involved in the competitive stuff, even though I don't got a team with me, is A, go into pickup scrims, B, join tryout rooms, which essentially are just pickup scrims. You're just under the false pretense that you're trying out for their team, which I'm definitely not. So I do get off to a rough start of this game. Part of the reason, you know, getting back into it, first little bit, you're going to be nervous. You obviously want to do good, and, you know, getting a feel for how the enemy's playing the map is a big thing. Getting a feel for it, getting a feel for where they're going, and also learning with their teammates, knowing where your teammates are going to start going, knowing what position you're going to have to play. Because, you know, these pickup scrims are very unorganized. You know, you got to watch out for it, and there's going to be, you know, some callouts that are going to be missed. There's going to be some teammates that are going to be doing the exact same thing that you're doing, and you want to stray away from that. You got to establish communication early on in the game to, you know, hopefully bring your team together and, you know, win it. Because even though you're not going to play with them again or whatever, it's all about getting the win, you know, getting the experience and learning the routes. Now, one thing I've already noticed playing competitive thus far is spawn traps on CTF are ridiculous. There's a couple instances in this game where I know exactly where the spawn's going to be. I predict it, I stun it, and I get the pre-nade off right as the enemy spawns. And it's fantastic when that does go off how it's supposed to. You know, it makes yourself feel good. Hey, I got this play down right. That's how you build your strategies. You know, and once you know people are going to be in a certain area at a certain time, now you know what to predict. Now you know where you need to be. So one thing, communication. I didn't see anybody going for flag. I pushed up. Now we got Wilson, who's going to be running flag. You know, we can't have two people past the 3/4 mark on this map. It doesn't work. It's not effective. You're going to run into a lot of spawn pushes. So you've got to establish with your teammates who's doing what. So once I realized, you know, hey, he's going to be doing objective, now it's my job to control mid, be that support player. I'm going to move up very slowly. I'm going to stop the running, hopefully stop the sprinting, and, you know, nobody's perfect. I'm going to lose some gunfights. But in overall, you know, the strategy is sound. 4 and 6, not so great. It's not about kill death though. Competitive, you gotta leave your kill death mentality behind. It's not important. It's not effective. You just gotta play the game, and you gotta be a team player. It's all about how you're playing with your team, communication with your team. So, you know, once I get killed up on top button, I call it out. I'm like, hey man, you gotta take that flag, you gotta book it, you know, wait for backup. They could be on the flag. Nobody's on our flag, you gotta wait for it. So once I spawn, I'm going to check corners, I'm gonna watch for routes, I'm gonna watch for cutoffs. Obviously, you know, my sound horning, I hear him stomping around on the metal grates, I'm gonna pick up that kill, I'm gonna watch out, I'm gonna call out kills and call out players as I see them, not after I kill them. It's a big important thing that you got to start doing. Once we move in, we get that flag capped. It was, you know, it was a really good flag cap. You know, I moved into position to support my flag carrier. My flag carrier waited in position for the support. You know, both go hand in hand. Not a lot of people, you know, realize that, you know, your objective player is only good as the rest of your team's playing. So 3/4 mark. This is the 3/4 mark I was talking about. I know a spawn is going to be back left green building. Once I get an initial kill, I'm going to be called out. People are going to go for the revenge kill. It's just nature or habit. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to get a sloppy kill here. And obviously I do get taken out. But getting the call out, knowing my team, I call out that they're on right side button. Where does my teammate go with the flag? Obviously, good player. He's going to go to the opposite side and I don't know what I was doing with that nade there. I think I flicked my controller a little too hard up. And, you know, right here, once again, controlling the cutoffs. Unable to pick off the second guy, but I was able to call it out. And, you know, some sloppy stuff obviously can be improved with and definitely developed over time. we do get the second flag cat. Second half is about to approach us.
That was embarrassing what just happened.
You know, lots of good things to learn and pick up on. Obviously, cutoffs are the most important thing to think about when you're playing CTF. The second most important thing is your positioning on your other players, your slayers. Where are they going to be? Are they going to be in a transition to move from side to side to pick up kills or pick up spawns? And your support player, is he playing the right spot? Is he playing too deep? Is he playing too shallow? You gotta, adjust yourself accordingly based on the gameplay that you're watching, that you're involved in. So, right here, I see the one guy not going to get the kill, so I don't shoot at him, and I play it patiently. Poor callouts by his teammates. I end up getting the 3-piece with the flag return. That's all about being in the right place at the right time. Here's knowing and predicting spawns. I know they're going to spawn back left on the double story. I throw the stun, I throw the nade, I get the 1 kill. Unfortunately, a teammate didn't pick it up quick enough. I told him they were spawning left side on their main spawn. He chose to run the flag that way. I don't know why. A much better position at that point would have been to run underneath the grates, come back through mid alley or underneath alleyway, and we would have our 2 slayers jump down on the ladder side, and I would obviously after the spawn pick up on left side and watch for the jump overs. So all about positioning. I try to communicate with anybody I play with as much as possible. Obviously, playing with new people all the time is going to be difficult, but it's a good learning point. Guys that want to get involved in competitiveness, tryouts are the first step. You got to find a team. My advice to you, if you're just wanting to get your feet wet and just get a feel for it, try out for a team. Pick the first team that will take you. It doesn't matter the record. It doesn't matter what they're doing. Just get a feel for how different the play style is going from public to competitive. It's a million times different, and it feels way different playing it, and there's a lot more satisfaction you get out of playing competitive. So definitely try it. GameBattles.com, the forums, sign up. That's where you get involved in this stuff. That's where you sign up, and that's where you message people to get the invites. Super poor execution on my part there. One thing I really should have done, being the support player, I should have definitely been on that right side with the flag carrier. I noticed 2 other guys over there. They weren't in any sort of position to support the flag carrier. I could have picked it up. I could have got the kill had I been in the right spot at the right time. Here, it was a great play, but I get too anxious. One thing that you gotta do when you pick up the flag kill is you gotta secure the area before going for the flag return. Had I just posted up and turned around and watched the respawn on the double story, I would have been able to secure the zone long enough for my teammates to get up top or get up with me and get that flag back. Right there cost us the game. It really did, because now we're tied up, or we're about to be tied up, sorry, and it's one of those things. You look back and you gotta correct it. That's what I love about having cap card and obviously having theater now. You can always go back. You can adjust your plays and you can look and see what you did wrong. Not many people will admit to things they do wrong, but that's part of the learning process, and people need to let go of their pride and just really realize that it's all about, if you're playing competitive, it's all about getting better. In public realms, people will argue the fact that you're always learning something and you're always gaining a skill level. I disagree. The problem with playing pubs is the skill level is never consistent when you're playing in public rooms. You're never going to face off against always good people. You're going to gain tendencies to doing certain things that you will never get away with in competitive stuff. It's a much harder game to play. You're not going to get away with, hip firing 30 feet away. You're not going to get away with running down mid, and you're not going to get away with being out in the middle and not calling out things. So that's kind of why people are slowly trying to make their way over to the competitive scene. And I know a lot of big YouTubers are jumping on the Game Battles bandwagon. It is what it is. A lot of people are getting interested in it. Machinima is definitely picking up on the fact that people are enjoying it, so you're obviously going to see a following start. Whether it's a true following or not, it is what it is. Competitive needs the light, so I welcome any support from any commentator that wants to get involved. You know, thanks a lot for checking out the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a tied up game, but you know, I was able to show you guys some important things, and not too bad score off a rough start. So thanks for checking out the vid. I'm Holiday Doc, and I'm out of here.
Alright, come on, it's a one cap over.
Someone left.